Hello, guys. How are we doing tonight? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully, you guys are having a great start to your week. It is the 26th of November today. So, welcome on to our live. Welcome into our live. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time here, my name is Tanya or TitaniumBuilt. You can call me either or. And I don't prefer one over the other. That's usually what I just say. So, usually people call me Tanya, but if you want to call me TitaniumBuilt, perfect, perfect. Not everyone knows my name, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do. Lots of people. I'll notice when I'm in like another chat, I'll go in, I'll say hello, and I'll get a lot of like, hey, Tanya, hey, Tanya. But I don't mind TitaniumBuilt at all. I mean, that's the name of my channel. I mean, and literally, I am made of titanium and I can feel it. This winter has, this fall winter has already got me like, ugh, with the pain in the legs. I normally don't complain like about pain in my legs. It usually just happens like every once in a while. This happening every time I'm walking. I told Vincent to order me a cane, and I wonder if he really did. He acted like he was going to. So, hey, Ashley, I have an hour left till hotel in Charleston. Oh, I thought you meant like you were going to go stay at a hotel. Or are you staying in a hotel? Let me know. Because, I mean, oh, you should be decorating right now. I'm in Conja because I know how much you like to decorate. She has like a million Christmas trees, 1.5 million. I think she has more than me. I think she has like, how many do you have, Ashley? Like 6 or 7? Hey, Ladybug, how are you doing tonight? Hey, Jojo, Juno. Hey, Mary Beth. Hey, G of Twins. If I don't say it, I'll be like, who's Jojo? Like, oh yeah. How are you doing, Mary Beth? I tried to make the camera a little more so you could see a little bit more of me. So, congratulations. You get to see a little more of me. So, we'll get into tonight's live, but we have a bunch of like little cases kind of to go over. So, it'll be a pretty relaxed kind of live for us. So, just kick back, relax, and enjoy. Hey, Teresa, how are you doing? Hey, Lisa. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Mr. Rosebud. Hey, Lori. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. There's many of those. I want to know how a couple days ago too. What happened? Oh, there's another missing child that I just found. Oh, there was a mass shooting. 11 dead, 30 injured. Oh my gosh. Where at, Miss Rosebud? That's wow. When did that happen? I was just on X. And I said it right for once. Hey, Faith. Because I'm always on there just to see if anything, pops off. Because that's usually where the news goes first for some reason. It seems like for me anyway. That's 11 killed and 30 injured. Hey, Dawn. I'm getting on down there, I think. Hey, Badger Witness. Hey, Citizen Sleuth. Hey, Manic Mama. It's good to see you guys. I need to start putting my eye drops in before my lives. I feel like my eyes start to burn because it's not like from the live, it's just from like having them open all day. Hey, Sirius. I'm like the slowest. I know everyone's probably like, get to the content. Hey, Lauren, how are you doing? Well, it's good to see everybody. Oh, I was wondering what was going on with that. Because he's been taking a lot of crap from like backing up and like just saying like he thinks she might be just like out like frolicking, or not like frolicking, but you know what I mean, like needing some time alone, like kind of like a Chelsea Grim deal. But oh my gosh. Oh. And then her father just jumped off of a 7-story building, or the 7th floor of a however tall building. Whoa. I thought about covering that case, and it like right when it happened, right whenever she was missing, I was like, maybe we should cover that. And then just, I don't know what it was, just days went on and on and on. And then I kept saying, yeah. And then I was like, I don't know. I would just thought that she was going to be found, but oh man. Yeah, I don't know who that one is. We were covering a case with, now I can't think of her name. Another Shriver. It's the one that is dating. He's now dating the girl, Lindsay Shriver. It was her name. He hit the husband that she tried to unalive. Didn't work. He's dating, what's her name? Savannah Chrisley. I couldn't think of the name of the girl that he was dating. It was on JLR. Oh, I think I saw something about that. Like something I like. It was like, something important, like big letters on his thing. Mass shooting, serial mass shooter. Wow. And he was arrested. That's, we don't usually hear an arrest. We usually hear we got the suspect, but he's unalived. But this time he's not. Wow. And he looks young. Wow. That's so sad. It is strange about her dad jumping. Maybe we should go over that one. Hey, Terry Dean. Hey, Toby Shanoodle. Hold on one second. I'm going to blow my nose. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. Are you kidding me? You would have thought that I had to blow my nose for like years and nothing came out of my nose. I'm very congested. I get very congested. So sorry about that, guys. Birmingham, Alabama. Wow. Yeah, and then they were the One Direction guy, Liam Payne. They're saying that he tried to leave the hotel before he ended up like supposedly jumping to his death. And now I'm all like, what? I'm like really into that case too. So we might have to go over those. Oh, Uber at the airport. Yeah, we always take the shuttle bus straight to the car, like straight to the, where you pick up your car if you want to lease. But we always fly into LAX. We only go to Los Angeles. So it's a big airport. So, it's a lot easier to do all those things. What's a family massacre in Ohio a couple of days? I didn't hear about that. I've heard about, you're not talking about the one that's happened in 2016 that they're going to trial on, are you? The Roden Wagner families? No, I didn't. Let me, because that's the only one that I can think of, and that happened a while ago. Pike County, yeah. Are you sure it's not the Pike County? Because I know Wagner's going on trial. Hey, hindsight. Oh, it's not coming up for me. Mine's just all coming up Piketon. If you could think of, if you find the last name or anything about it, let me know for sure. And well, yeah. Oh, wow. That was an old unsolved one. I like the old ones. That's what I was going to talk to you guys about actually on our next live. I'm going to do a live with you guys tomorrow during the day, and we're going to figure out a plan for all of us and like what we want to go over and what we don't, and all that. So I think it was that one, Ladybug. So I really want to cover that. And I think it would actually get some people like, people would be interested in it. I found a whole podcast, the one that we listened to for Idaho. They did the same for Piketon, and it's really good. I grew up about 35 minutes from there. So I know about the small town and the area and the people and the people knowing people knowing people knowing people. And I know a lot about the backstory, but I would need a refresher. But yeah, we could do that. I can always put that on the. Do I have a pen right here? I bet you I stinking don't. me to move the desk up or down or whatever I just did. I think I moved it down. There's a dog. Okay. Because it is really interesting. Literally, one family, there was 8 of them. They and I'm a little rusty on the details. I believe there was 8. And they all lived in a compound together, like in Ohio or like in the Midwest. I don't know if it's everywhere, but in the Midwest, some families will like buy a bunch of land and they'll throw houses on there, like, or trailers or whatever, and they'll all live like right in that same like little like lane, even area. And that's what they did. They lived in this little area, and they had a child that had another child with the Wagner family. Well, they were going through custody dispute, kind of like Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler, just like it. Just like it. But these guys were in their homes, most of them asleep, and they unalived 8 of them. And one night, one family did this to another family. We didn't know who did it for months. I mean, months. It was like, what's going on? Like, I mean, it was scary. It was real scary because the same time these women were going missing and then coming up and they were dead, found on like the Scioto River. So it was like, what the hell is going on? That was about the time I got out of Dodge. Hey, y'all, sir. That's about the time I got out of Dodge. But we could go over that case for real. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Hey, Cat's Life. One family to another family. The mom bought the shoes at like the freaking Walmart and like it's one of those. It's one of those like what? And it was all over custody. It was all over custody. It was just like you'll hear of like cockfighting in this. You'll hear of marijuana grows. Like they thought it was because they grew marijuana, and I'm over there like that ain't the reason. You don't kill 8 people over some marijuana. Like I mean, really, how much marijuana do you have to do that? And then we come to find out it was personal. And I think that the sheriff said that like the whole time he thought it was going to be somebody who was like personal. Maybe not though. He wasn't a very good sheriff. I don't think he was. But if you don't know, today is the 26th of what is it? November. I keep forgetting the month of November. Yeah, we could do that. Tennessee Gal. That's not the One Direction meetup I wanted to see. And I wasn't even really a One Direction fan, but I liked a couple of their songs. And I always thought Liam Payne was just adorable. I thought he was the cutest. Totally cute. I meant to put this on my my YouTube and I forgot actually, but I want to put up Sebastian Rogers flyer here for a minute because I want to go over it. It is an anniversary, This is sad. So today is 9 months since this little boy vanished. That's what we know. We don't know much more than that. But we do want to keep his name out there, of course. Of course, we want to keep his name out there and his face out there and his picture and his smile and anything that we can, put out there that is factual about him. So Sebastian, he's 15. His birthday is coming up. He's a male, of course, white, 5'5", 120. Sumner County, Tennessee is where he is missing from, Hendersonville. He's been missing since February. I cannot believe it. 26, 2024. February. I never would have thought that we would be sitting here 9 months later. I really thought this was going to be like a day or two, if that, I really did. But if you have any information about his whereabouts or anything about anything that has to do with this case that's credible, you know what's credible and what's not. But please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838 or TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. So Sad. It's snowing where you are, Mary Beth? I didn't even know it snowed. Well, I guess it snows out there on those ice caps, huh? Oh, no, don't you have, like, tall mountains? I always think of tall mountains when I think where you live. You probably are like, "I have no mountains," and then I'd be sad. Hey, Wizard. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Lenora. I don't know if I said hey to Lenora. I don't think I did. Yeah, what we'll do tonight is we'll go through these little updates that I have, and then we'll start covering we could start the, Pike County Massacre, because the last one is getting ready to go on trial. So that's why the story's kind of coming up again. All the rest of them have been in jail, found guilty. The dad is like holding out. Like I think his name's Billy Wagner. Yeah, that's it. It took me a minute. It's been a minute since I've actually talked about that case. I remember when it happened, and I was so like what the hell? I was so into that case. Like I was really, really, really into it, because we were like, one family just gone in one night. Like who could have done that, right? Just crazy. It's just crazy. It is crazy. Okay, so let's go to the next one. There's no updates in Sebastian's case. I just wanted to put it out there that it is 9 months, and I haven't seen anybody else talk about it being 9 months. So, people probably have gone live. I didn't want to really go live on Sebastian tonight, because I feel like, maybe for one night his family don't need to get online and see stuff about him, but you know how that goes. So Mamta Kafle Bhatt is who we're going to talk about next, or first. What was I going to say? Oh, no, it's okay. But Mamta's been missing since the end of July. Let me see if I can get her missing flyer. Okay. I did, like, when this came out, after I saw her other pictures, I was like, these don't even really look like her. Like this first one, I don't know if this is like her one for like her work, or if this is like one that they drew. I don't know. That one to the left looks just different to me. Like something's off. But Mamta Kafle Bhatt, it was her last name, was last seen on 7/31, which actually, let's take that back, because she was really last seen at work on July 28th. The 31st, she was seen by her husband. She had not had any contact with family or friends since then. And this is in Manassas Park, Virginia. Mamta is described as a 28-year-old female, 5 foot, 132 pounds, with black hair and dark brown eyes. Mamta is thought to be missing involuntarily circumstances due to the length of time missing. Anyone with information on Mamta Kafle whereabouts are asked to contact the Manassas Park Police Department at 703-361-1136. And this is a case that we've been following on the channel. We haven't went over it, I'd say probably about a month maybe or so, because there hasn't really been a whole lot going on in this case. Her husband, he's the one that, police are looking at. And so they've been they charged him with concealment of a body, but they have yet to find her body. They've been looking everywhere. Like these cops have been looking high and low. They will put their searches on for, like, you can watch it live, and they'll have like aerial view, or you can watch the law officers, or Ellie going and tracing through the woods, and you can see the helicopters overhead. They always have it live, and then they'll have like a press conference. They've been really putting a lot of like work into this case, and that's really good, because a lot of people, she only had her best friend really that came forward, and so for all these people to rally around and help her when they didn't have to, you know what I mean? She could have just been another missing woman that her husband, did away with. Like, but no, not these people. They just, not these people. I loved it. Hey, Aries. Welcome in. Hey, True Crime Lullabies. Let me actually move. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can move this here. I was trying to move like the chat around a little bit. So I thought that we would read up on her case. This is a full timeline of her disappearance and subsequent, we think, unaliving. The reason why they think that she's no longer alive is because of the amount of bodily fluids, we'll say, that they found at the couple's home when they searched it. We went over the arrest affidavit and a lot of the documents. So if you want to go, I have a playlist. You can go back through and you can listen to all like the documents and stuff. They're pretty, I mean, the Google searches and everything. I mean, down to the damn Google searches. Why do people Google? Don't Google. Or like buy a phone, Google, and then throw it away or something. I don't know. Y'all be doing the most with Google. Use Bing. I don't even know if that's still around. Mamta Kafle Bhatt, and Manassas Park, Virginia wife and mother who worked as a nurse, has been missing since late July. And we knew she was really, really missing when her daughter's birthday, Nima, came and went. Her first birthday. And she wasn't here. So below is a timeline of events from police and prosecutors leading up to Norish's arrest. So we'll read through this and then we'll listen to this short clip here. But all of the information, they say that for this article, is compiled by court documents, statements from the prosecution and police, and details from this timeline are attributed to prosecutors and or police unless otherwise noted. So that's always a good thing, Start page. I don't even know that one. I don't even know what that one is. DuckDuckGo. Is DuckDuckGo still around? I thought I heard about DuckDuckGo before. Is that a thing? Maybe not. It wasn't that. That sounds familiar though. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe that's what it is. I use Google. I do, but I'm just saying. I'm not. Hopefully, it never comes back to bite me in the butt. But I would never hurt anybody, so I think we're okay. But if a cop or an LE did get a hold of my Google searches, they'd be like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'd be like, I do true crime. Like, I mean, really, it would just be like me Googling like all these missing cases and all these like, unaliving cases. So, in February, so this is going to be the February before she went missing. They're taking it back all the way to there. So Mamta Kafle Bhatt sends her brother in Nepal a picture of a bloody face and swollen looking eye. She tells him to hold on to it in case he needs to use it later. And some of this stuff like that, I never knew before. And we had read the affidavit. I just haven't, we haven't gotten any of the paperwork, it seems like. I have his like case files up here right now, and I can't find it, any of the paperwork on it. So it says Narish uses his phone to search uncontested divorce time and uncontested divorce joint bank account, Virginia. Wanted to make sure he got that money. Police are summoned to the Bhatt residence over allegations of disorderly conduct. Mamta told officers Narish wouldn't give her her documents and destroyed her phone. No charges were filed. Shalev, I'm going to try to pronounce that, but senior assistant public defender later stated in court, Mamta left home for several days in February and didn't tell Narish where she was. He said she had left home before for periods of time without communicating with him. The prosecution countered she was fleeing from an abusive relationship and took her baby with her that time in February. That goes to demonstrate the strength of the Commonwealth case that Mamta didn't voluntarily leave this man. She went and left without her baby. Even when she left before, like, she took her child with her. She wasn't going to leave without her, Nima. March 21st, Narish searches. What happens if spouse disappears in divorce in Virginia? April, Nuri searches Google. And this is when she's alive. Just imagine you're walking around your home or something and he's got his phone in his hand like, what are you looking at? Oh, nothing, nothing important. Stocks, fish in the pond. So Nuri's searches in April. How long does it take to get married after a spouse dies? What happened? What happened? Debt of died spouse and Happy New Year message to girlfriend. Are we going to hear that he had a girlfriend? I didn't read this part right here. That didn't register when I read over this earlier. Are we going to hear this son of a bitch had a girlfriend? Oh man, I will be so mad. What if it's the lady that lives down in the basement with her husband though? What if it, I don't know. Can't keep him any closer than that. Wow. You son of a Happy New Year girlfriend. Well, I mean, this was in April and she would have been unalive by then. So maybe he thought he would have had a girlfriend by then. I don't know. Prosecutors later noted in court that Nepali New Year is in April. Oh, never mind. Nepali New Year. So, is it Nepalese? Did he have a Nepalese girlfriend? July 27th, the Prince William Hospital surveillance cameras show Mamta sitting outside the hospital with a friend before entering an unknown black four-door sedan driven by an unknown driver at around 8:17 p.m. And I've always wondered who that was too. I'm still curious. A court order to Uber shows her last transaction was around that time, so maybe that's what it was. And the trip was noted as canceled by rider. This is the last time Mamta is seen at work because Mamta ends up getting in a black sedan, and the friend says that was the last time she saw her. So I don't know if it wouldn't have been Uber because it was canceled by the rider. So whoever picked her up that day, I don't know. July 28th, Mamta's phone records show she is at home. Nari's phone records show he is in Baltimore for a good portion of the day. She sends a Facebook message at 6:03 p.m. thanking someone for jewelry she bought from Facebook Marketplace. At 8:25 and 8:58 p.m., Mamta attempts to contact Narish. Police interviews later conducted with Mamta's family, friends, and coworkers suggest this is the last day of her posting of messages on social media from someone then described as regularly active on multiple social media platforms. So she went from posting, every day, all the time to not posting anything. Sounds like me. Narish phone records. I did that. It feels like. July 29th, Narish phone records indicate he returns home at approximately 12:29 a.m. Phone records show Narish and Mamta are constantly at home for most of the day. At about 8:30 p.m., Mamta speaks with her mother, who lives in Nepal, over Facebook video call. The call lasts about 14 minutes. This is her last known contact. So the 29th. Phone records show her phone was operational up until this date, with multiple calls between Mamta and Narish up until then. Following this date, all calls to Mamta's phone appeared to be routed to voicemail. He's not a smart criminal at all. They never are, are they? They never are. So welcome in everybody that's coming in. Hey, Dreamcatcher. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Hey, Liplock No More. I saw X came in. Welcome in. It's good to see you guys. Hopefully you're having a good start to your holiday. Holiday week. Holiday week. Don't go out and get arrested tonight. Well, actually, you got one night. Tonight's the night. But tomorrow, if not, you're going to stay in all weekend. Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't want to do all that. I was thinking about Diddy earlier. Had the diddler on the head, on the brain. So at approximately 4:13, Narish searches Google for diagram of a brain And at 4:30 a.m. searches chicken farm near me. What if she's sleeping beside him? I'm sleeping with one eye open. I only got the one I could do that with. Like that. Around 5:40 a.m., Narish texts their babysitter asking if he can drop the baby off after 8 a.m. Around 6:30 a.m., Narish drops the baby off at the babysitter's Manassas apartment. After dropping her off, video surveillance shows Narish discarding plastic bags into a dumpster at the apartment complex at 6:44 a.m. Around 6:53 a.m., he returns home. At 8:12 a.m., Narish is captured on video at Home Depot purchasing 2 pairs of rubber gloves. At 8:41 a.m., Narish is captured on video at Walmart purchasing a set of 3 knives. During a later search warrant at the house, law enforcement recovered the smaller knife, but not the 2 bigger knives. Mamta's first call from her mother is at 11:09 a.m. At 4:53 p.m., Narish picks up his daughter from the babysitter's apartment. Before walking over to her apartment, he parks his Tesla by the same dumpster where he discarded the bags that morning. Prosecutors later noted in court that the parking spot is further away from the babysitter's home than other parking spaces, meaning he's probably throwing some more stuff away. At 5:22 p.m., Narish goes to Lidl to purchase a 40-pack of 30-pound extra long black trash bags. Extra strong, sorry. So he picked up a 40-pack of 30-pound extra strong black trash bags. So why didn't he just, like, this is what I don't get. Did you think if you went to multiple places, they wouldn't catch you? Because you could have got the trash bags and everything all at Walmart. Could have got it all together. I don't understand. I mean, that's what they did in the case with Veronica and Jillian too. They went all over the place. And it's like, you got busted. Doesn't matter where the hell you go. You go to Walmart. You might as well jump the front gate of the White House. That's how, I mean, Walmart is like up to they got their securities on deck. It's good, you know? People just don't, they just, I don't know. They underestimate the Walmarts. So July 31st at approximately 1:30 a.m., Narish is captured on video in Falls Church wearing what appears to be white gloves, retrieving a number of trash bags from the trunk of his Tesla. He then discards those bags into trash compactor there. So at 1:30 a.m., the babysitter wouldn't have had his daughter. So I'm only assuming that she was in the car while he's doing this, discarding the mother of his child into trash compactors. Narish has property he subleases within that community, but those tenants later indicated that they have not seen him since early July. Narish does not have his phone with him, but his Tesla tracks him to that location. And it's not said that that's where she's at. They haven't been able to find her, but you know, it could be. Around 8 a.m., Narish drops off his daughter at the babysitter's home. He is captured on video surveillance, slowly driving by the same dumpster where he disposed of the items the day before, looking back at the dumpster before driving away. So he went back to make sure that stuff was compacted, sounds like. Wow. The babysitter later told law enforcement he seemed to be nervous and kept looking around when he was dropping and picking the baby up on July 30th and 31st. See, this wasn't in the arrest affidavit. So this is all new information. So from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., water usage shows that Bhatt residence uses more than 150 gallons of water. Other hours of the day within the home shows a usage of 3 to 4 gallons. Oh my, yeah. 150 gallons compared to 3 or 4 gallons. It's a very stark contrast to the remainder of that day. Sammy stated that in court on September 20th. During the 1 hour or 1 p.m. hour, license plate readers in Fairfax County captured Norish's Tesla. Around 2 p.m., Narish is captured on video footage at a Walmart in Fairfax County buying cleaning supplies, air fresheners, and soap bars. And we know that she's no longer with us, and if we're lucky, they're going to find her somewhere over there in Loudoun County, or Loudoun County is what it was called, I believe. But they've been over there looking and they haven't found her yet. Because you would think that maybe like once he went to go buy the cleaning supplies, he packed her up in the car too. I don't know. So he was at the Walmart again, buying cleaning supplies, air fresheners, and bars of soap, just regular things. Around 5:30, Narish is seen on video disposing of 2 bags from his trunk into the same dumpster at his babysitter's apartment complex, wearing what appears to be white gloves. To be a white glove, just one, to be a white glove. He returns around 7 p.m. to pick up his daughter. Narish told police this was the night he saw Mamta last, saying he took the baby and went upstairs to bed. He claims she destroyed her phone on this date. I don't believe that. Stammy later stated in court, Narish made slightly and vastly greatly different stories about when the last time he saw her was, saying a separate time he told police he heard a noise in the morning of August 1st and assumed it was Mamta getting ready for work. On August 1st, Narish's phone is off with no activity coming from it, and Mamta's phone pings in Loudoun County. That's why I thought too. There is no activity from Mamta's phone after that, including on social media. She does not show up to her scheduled shift at work. Narish parks his car at a gas station close to where Mamta's phone last pinged. He is seen on video getting out of the car with a noticeable limp as he walks inside. He eats at the gas station's cafe, then goes back to his car, grabs bags from the inside using a napkin or piece of paper, drops the bags off in a clothing donation bin nearby, then throws away what he used to hold the bags in a separate trash bin. Law enforcement later checked the donation bin, finding a bag containing a stained black bath mat. That's just like, why would you do that? That appeared to have been washed. Presumptive test indicated there was, the red stuff on the mat. A mat which prosecutors stated in court was similar to the other bath mats in the house. Oh, yeah. Prince William Hospital requests a welfare check for Mamta after she failed to appear for work or call her supervisors for 2 consecutive days on August 1st and August 2nd. This is August 2nd. So Narish tells responding officers at his home that she is in Texas or New York visiting her sister and that she destroyed her phone before she left. Can't get hold of her. Narish tells officers he and his wife are about to separate, and this isn't the first time she left home for a few days. Yeah, but that baby right there usually isn't in his arms if she's gone. Sometime after August 2nd, Narish tenants living in his basement helped him move the bed in the master bedroom. We didn't know about this. Oh, we didn't know about this. Okay, so we knew the bed was moved. We knew the bed was moved over the blood because he's an idiot and he couldn't clean it up right. And so he just moved the bed over it. Like the cops wouldn't move the bed and look at the whole floor, right? Okay, apparently, because there's drag marks everywhere, they said, like upstairs, that from like the bathroom to the bedroom, especially, right? So these people would have seen all that. These people, these tenants living in the basement, they would have seen that stuff on the floor. Come on now, don't tell me you didn't see it. So Narish's tenants living in his basement helped him move the bed in the master bedroom closer to the doorway after he asked them to. You mean over the blood? Over the big pile, like, okay. And you didn't have anything to say about that? Oh my gosh. Wow. August 2nd to August 15th, during multiple police interviews with Narish, he provides inconsistent statements regarding the timeline of events leading up to Mamta's disappearance. He claims she went to Texas or New York, then later altered the rendition of events to suggest she went to work. He initially said he last saw her the evening hours of July 31st, then later stated he heard a noise the morning of August 1st and assumed it was her getting ready for work. Changing your story like that ain't good, Narish. August 5th, and I keep changing it. At 9:09 p.m., Narish checks one of the officers involved in the welfare check, saying Mamta Kafle is not back and he hasn't had any contact. So when the officers came to his house on August 2nd, he just told them to leave. He didn't want to file a police report, say that his wife was missing, none of that, even though she was missing for a few days at that point, even according to him. So he finally decides to, to reach out on the 5th, 3 days later. So it says at 9:22, the officer tells him if he's exhausted all methods of figuring out her whereabouts and believes she has gone missing, please call 911. At 9:28 p.m., Narish replies, "Thank you." And those are the messages just right there. Admitted into evidence. Narish calls the Manassas Park Police Department and reports Mamta is missing, stating he last saw her on July 31st and she destroyed her cell phone before she disappeared. August 5th through the 9th, detectives interview family, friends, and coworkers. Multiple sources state it was abnormal for Mamta to leave for several days without her child, to leave without contacting anyone, and to be without her phone. They say she was regularly active on multiple social media platforms. And to let everybody know, her mom does have her child, Nima. So Nima is in good hands and she's with her grandmother. On August 8th, police post Mamta's missing flyer for the first time on social media. And that's when the case kind of blew up. On August 15th, Narish tells a detective the last time he saw Mamta was July 31st at home, saying he went upstairs to go to sleep and she stayed downstairs. August 16th, Narish expresses to the police his desire to go to his daughter's affairs, or to get his daughter's affairs in order to send her back to Nepal. That's like, we're like expediting shit real fast now, right? Because he's talking about sending the kid over to Nepal. I mean, like, I would be like, expedite. And I'm sure that's what they did. Yeah, right here. Magistrate approves a police search warrant around 10:30 p.m. for Google records, including location data, search history, and account information from July 27th to August 1st. The warrant points to a Virginia code and makes it unlawful to commit abduction and kidnapping, forced labor, punishment. Mr. Bhatt, by his own admission, later verified that he was in the vicinity of what was later discovered to be Miss Kafle's last known cellular location, and the search warrant affidavit states, saying Narish's Google account was location-specified data pertinent to the discovery of Miss Kafle's whereabouts. And then on August 21st, we're going almost to a month, police conduct a search warrant at the Bhatt residence, finding cell phone packing different from Narish's cell phone, notebooks/journals, and what appears to be possible blood/blood spatter in different rooms. He had a month to clean it up. 3 weeks. That's how much, in my opinion, that's how much she meant to him. Almost like, I don't even care to clean that up. You're like, I don't know. I can just tell what he was like to her. There was abuse in that relationship, and she should have left him way before all this happened, but it can't go back now, Later in court, prosecutors described the house as disheveled, with suitcases and Narish and his daughter's passports visible. A walkthrough of the walk-in closet in the master bedroom appeared to have many missing hangers, as if clothes were missing. A search warrant is submitted to the magistrate after 7 p.m. on August 21st for buccal swabs to obtain Narish's DNA sample. The search warrant affidavit goes through the timeline of events, stating these exist now probable cause to believe Miss Kafle is currently being prevented from returning home on her own free will. There exists now evidence in this residence of an abduction. Police continue searching the Bhatt residence. Before 11 a.m., officers escorted Narish into a police car. His daughter is taken to the care of the Department of Social Services. I think we watched that live, actually. She came out in the yellow blanket. Mamta's loved ones told 7 News she later was transferred to a friend, and now Mamta's mother and brother are her caretakers while Narish awaits trial. After a police escort, Naresh reporters asked Commonwealth's attorney, Amy Ashworth, whether Mamta is alive or dead. She responds, "We don't know. We don't know." Then added, "We are working this investigation. We're working carefully, and there's just a lot of things moving very quickly right now. There's nothing else I can say." The criminal complaint sworn before a judge that afternoon states, on or about July 30th, 2024, the accused Naresh Bhatt murdered his wife Mamta Bhatt. The incident occurred at their residence located at, it's redacted, in the city of Manassas Park. During the course of this investigation, a substantial amount of digital and forensic evidence consistent with her death was recovered. Her death. There was evidence in the residence indicating the body was inside the residence and dragged out of the residence. And that's what this says here. This was like pretty much all we got. Around 3:30 p.m., police said the Commonwealth's attorney officially announced in a press release Naresh had been arrested and charged with concealing a dead body, because they're still looking for her. But I don't know why they don't just bump them charges up. But you can see it like in the tile, like the red stuff. Public defender later filed a motion, which he ultimately withdrew, arguing that the detective who filed the criminal complaint lied about the body being dragged from the house. In a September 4th letter to the Commonwealth's attorney, Captain Stephen Loving said, the detective who filed the criminal complaint was advised by the magistrate to include details about the body being moved from the house, saying she wrote that part in a rush. She assumed since the body had been dragged inside the house, it must have been dragged out of the house. He said she'd been working for over 30 hours straight, which could have led to her poor choice of words. The Commonwealth filed a written opposition to the defendant's motion, stating it lacks any indication of the detective possessed an ill intent to mislead the magistrate, adding her perhaps poor choice of words was a reasonable interference given the substantial amount of digital and forensic evidence recovered. Told you. During the course of the investigation, law enforcement was notified the Tesla that they were waiting records for had been sold at CarMax in Dulles. Prosecutors said Bhatt sold it the day after Manassas Park police had been at the residence and asked for consent to look into the vehicle. You dirty dog! Are you dumb? You know they're going to come back and say, "Where's the car?" And you're going to say, "What? You sold it to CarMax?" And then they're going to say, "Well, why did you do that, dummy? We told you we were going to look at it." That would just, break the computer in it or something. I don't know, but don't do that. Like, don't go sell it. I swear, these criminals are criminals. They're criminaling right now. And he also says here, he tried to, also during the course of the investigation, a Manassas Park detective spoke with two people who indicated Naresh had contacted them to do a quick short sale of his house. So I guess the people that live downstairs, they just get new roommates and they just have to deal with that, I guess. To detail a past history of domestic violence, Sarah Sammy, senior assistant Commonwealth's attorney, testified on September 20th that someone saw Naresh slap Mamta in the face, leaving a mark after she poured rice on his head. Sammy also stated Mamta was known to confide with coworkers and friends about her concerns with her marriage and posted on Facebook groups for single and divorced mothers looking for help. And we saw those in the beginning of our investigation into this case, when we were looking into it. As the Shaliv, I can't say his name, sorry. A senior assistant public defender countered to the judge that Naresh told police the couple was trying to sell the house and was going through a divorce. They have no evidence that she is dead, he testified. They have no evidence that they have any body parts that have led to death. Why would you say body parts? Mamta had one appointment left to gain her United States citizenship, but she missed it after she went missing, prosecutors stated in court. We didn't hear about that either. She wasn't going to need you no more. Man, I don't know. This is a lot. He either had a girlfriend, which that guy could be. I don't know who'd want to date him, but that could happen, I guess. maybe she said, I'm leaving you after I get my citizenship and I'm taking Nima with me. Maybe, like, it's sad. So currently, yeah, he's currently just in Virginia courts case. This is a Virginia courts case information, and this is his stuff here. He will be going on jury trial here soon. He wanted a speedy trial because he wants to try to hurry and do some time and get out and leave the country, just like Madalena Kojikari's mom did. I mean, that's what everyone's doing now. Why not? So 10-7, let's see, withdrawn. Where are we at? So he goes back on 12-9 for a pretrial, 12-4 pretrial. So last pretrial, and then they'll have the arraignment, then they'll have the jury trial. And they'll be outside every day giving updates. They don't let cameras, I don't think, in this courtroom. Don't know what's going on with this lately, but it's been like that, It's been like that lately. So it's been a little weird. Hey, Sunday Doodles. I don't, not yet. I kind of do, but I don't. I haven't got it'll try. I haven't got it figured out yet. But I think, going to do, I'm thinking about doing a Patreon just for things that I want to show you guys that I can't show you on YouTube. And those things meaning like things that will like get my channel copywritten or something, like taken down. Nothing like, to where I have to say something, like it's nothing like that. Like there's a new documentary for like Diddy, and I really want, it's for Shine. It's on Hulu, and I'm afraid to stream Hulu. Like, I don't know. I just don't know about Hulu. I think they've zapped me before. Like I've had 2 people take down my streams and I didn't get anything, no copyright or anything. Nothing like, I mean, it was cool. They just took them down, but I can't remember exactly which ones it was. So I'm like a little nervous. Hey, Sandy. Discord is pretty much like a big thing where you can go like chit chat with like a big like server, and it has like chats inside of it. So you can like I'm trying to explain it, not explain it very well, but you can go there and you can chat and stuff. I have a Discord. I'm getting it set up. I just need Vincent. I haven't asked him yet. Poor guy. Poor me. Poor you guys, actually. But I haven't asked him to show me how to use the Discord. He'll probably take him 2 seconds. But I need to ask him so that way I can get over there with you guys and show you things. I don't know if you can see her. Let me see. Can you see her with her hand? Oh, I don't think you can. Her paw is over her face. Oh, she just moved it. Oh my, that was really cute. That was really cute. So, let me go back to where was my notes at? We went through the Mamta. Okay. So, Bryan Kohberger's attorneys, they put out 14 new documents. None of them are relevant at all, in my opinion. But this article that we're about to read, it's going to go over that, and it's going to go over some recent updates, like in his case and pertaining to, trial and things like that. But Ann Taylor has been filing motion after motion after motion. I ain't never seen a public defender work like she does. I mean, I'm glad she is. I'm glad she is. I'm baffled. That's all, because it's usually don't see public defenders working this hard, for clients. But I guess you'll have that. Okay. There we go. Oh, maybe I should try on my phone then, Captain, because I was on my computer trying. So, but Bryan Kohberger's lawyers lost the battle to keep the death penalty off the table in the trial, but their arguments could be used for an appeal to the Supreme Court. So the fight's not over for them, but it is for now. Kohberger, 29, was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. Kohberger is 30 now. So, yeah, his birthday was the other day. He's 30. Man, turning 30 in the jail. He is accused of fatally stabbing University of Idaho students, Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, Ethan. I think everyone knows who they are by now, in an off-campus house in 2022. His attorneys tried to get the death penalty taken off the table, but Judge Stephen Hippler will allow a jury to consider it if he's convicted. David Leroy, former attorney general and lieutenant governor of Idaho, told Newsweek that Kohberger's attorneys' arguments might be more compelling at the appellate level. The motions that were made were far-ranging and generally designed to be available to the defense to create federal court and United States Supreme Court arguments someday down the road, should the defendant be convicted and the jury also find him subject to the death penalty. So she's, I guess, just getting them ready, priming them up. The appeals process for death penalty cases usually takes years to resolve because they start with courts at the state level, move to the circuit court, and then reach the Supreme Court. How long do you think after Bryan Kohberger's convicted that Ann Taylor pieces out on him? I don't think they'll have the handcuffs on yet. I think she'll be out the door before the handcuffs are even on him. Like, see ya. She's going to want to retire soon, someday. In the next, I would say 10 years. She ain't got 30, 40 years to give to Bryan. Did she have that conversation with him? I mean, does he realize that? Because, I mean, he might not. He's probably looking to her like a mother figure right now. I mean, I would be. If I had Ann Taylor in my corner and she was doing all that work for me, I probably would be looking up to her too. Especially if I was Bryan Kohberger. I mean, the motions that were made were far-ranging and generally designed to be available to the defense to create federal court and United States Supreme Court arguments. I read that, sorry. Where are we at? Leroy said the appellate courts will consider decisions made during the trial, state law, and the humanity of the death penalty. Which she went over, the humanity part of the death penalty. And the two, whether it was humane for him not to know if he would be sentenced, if the death penalty would be consistent with him in the firing squad or him getting a needle. They said that was unjust and unfair, that he should know. If I was one of the parents or loved ones in that gallery that day, I would have to check out. Of comments like that, I would have to check out of there because, if not, I would be the next one sitting in the courtroom. They'd be like, "Here comes Tanya for assault or something." But really, the Supreme Court has interfered in death penalty cases on several occasions since the death of Justice Ruth Ginsburg and her replacement with Amy Coney Barrett in 2020. The court has stopped 2 executions and reversed a lower court to permit an execution 9 times. Last term, the court ruled on nearly 30 death penalty stays of execution. The justice ruled unanimously in all but 3 cases, including the execution of Marcellus Williams. Leroy said while Kohberger's defense attorneys took a broad approach addressing various humanitarian and sociological issues surrounding the death penalty, the facts surrounding this trial are not very symptomatic to supporting an argument of essential unfairness. The defense filed 12 motions. Oh, I said 14. I was off by 2. Objecting to the death penalty, all of which Hippler denied. The motions raised various arguments, including the state's criteria for the death penalty, changing public opinion, and international law. So, yeah, they want to change a lot. They want to change it all. Let's see. The motions are part of the defense strategy to vigorously contest the government's case, and in doing so, reduce the chance that the death penalty will be successfully obtained during any sentencing. Michael Kafle, I don't know how to say his last name, a former federal prosecutor and elected state attorney, told Newsweek. We'll just call him Michael. Some arguments presented by the defense were not designed to have any impact at the trial level. According to Leroy, such as the argument the United Nations protocols prohibit the death penalty in the Idaho case. Hippler cited similar reasoning in his ruling. The defense argued that the state's death penalty policy violates the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, a treaty adopted by the United Nations and ratified by the United States. The treaty requires nations to respect individual civil and political rights, including due process rights. The court determined that treaties only impact U.S. law if they are approved through congressional legislation or if they are self-executing, meaning they go into effect immediately upon ratification. In sum, the ICCRP provides no basis for relief in accordance with the weight of the authority. The court finds it is not self-executing and has not been given effect by Congress and provides defendant with no enforceable right, Hippler wrote in his ruling. Hippler ain't messing around. Like, he's not. I like him. I really do. I like that he has answers. Like, he might say, I'm going to give me a couple of days and I'll give you the answer, but at least he's given us something, I can respect him for that. I mean, no offense to Judge John Judge, but the dude couldn't tell Ann Taylor no for nothing. I mean, can I get a new venue? Sure. I mean, at that point, he was just like, he was ready to get rid of her, I think. But, he really wasn't telling her no to anything, which I'm not saying tell her no, but there were things that he needed to put his foot down on. Like, deadlines needed to be deadlined. Like, he needed to say, like, I'm not giving you another week. And then another week comes and we're not doing that. We're not doing this 15th, thing of discovery. Give them all the discovery you have. And if I look at them and I ask them, have you got through all that yet? Then they don't need to ask for more if they say no. Really. That's how I would be. I would probably be very strict. But then again, I would, I don't know the law that well, so I probably couldn't be that strict. Okay, I was trying to figure out where I was. So that Michael said Hippler's ruling was not surprising because of the blinding precedent the court was facing. That isn't a surprise given both the U.S. Supreme Court and the Idaho Supreme Court have issued previous decisions addressing almost every issue raised by the defense regarding the death penalty. The court order explains that binding precedent forecloses almost all the factual legal attacks on the death penalty in the Kohberger case. Michael explained that the court had a very limited ability to review the prosecution's decision to file a notice of intent to seek the death penalty, and the only way to reverse the decision is to find the death penalty unconstitutional. That's what the defense team was seeking, but the court ruled in clear language against them. Moving forward, both prosecutors and Kohberger's attorneys will focus on what evidence will be admissible during the trial. No, they won't. No, they won't. They're going to try to file some more junk. Believe you me. I think there will be discovery motions, another attempt to compel the state to produce more evidence of a particular nature and type, possibly discovery motions by the state asking the defense to clarify what it tends to do. Leroy said, there will also be various motions by both parties seeking procedural clarity or procedural advantage. Well, they all need to be very clear with what they need. Use your words. We learned that in kindergarten, to use your words. What do you need, Ann Taylor? What do you need? You want the GPS? Like, do you want it from what spot? From when he turned on to King Road? Or do you want it from like a little bit before that, or what? Because that's what you're wanting. You're wanting pinpointed, exact. You want the cards and laid them out for you. Literally you do. It's okay. I would want the game shown to me too. The playbook, but that's not how it works here. You get the discovery. You try to figure out what the playbook is, what their playbook is, and you go to trial. So Leroy said evidence in this case could center around more modern scientific developments, including DNA, cell phone transmissions, text messages, and internet searches. I would expect a great deal of discovery, related motion, and inquiry related to those various modern-day electronic and scientific studies and the proposed experts that will be presenting that evidence. If Kohberger is convicted and sentenced to death, all evidence, orders from the judge, and other aspects of the case's proceedings will be brought up during his appeal. So he goes, I don't know, when does he go back to court? I don't have him up there. Look at that. I didn't even have to like put his last name in there. That's kind of weird. But that's old. That's old. November 7th was the last time. I don't know if they even have anything scheduled. Actually, I think November 7th was the last one he had, and then I don't think he's had anything scheduled. So, Diddy bail update. Diddy bail update. Diddy bail update. Not an update yet. We're still waiting on the update. But he did have and I'm not going to read all of this to you guys, but it's kind of entertaining. He had a security guard inspect his 3-bedroom New York apartment where he'll stay, if he's like granted bail, and that's where he'll stay throughout his time during trial. They did have a new court document come out today. I was just trying to think of what it was. I'll read the one in this article. I have them up here, but I'll read the one that's just in the article because it's really heavily redacted anyway. But the thing that makes me kind of giggle almost at this is Mark Agnifilo, his attorney or whatever, is saying, yeah, we had this security guard come in and he checked out the whole place and it's secure for him to be there and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Well, of course that security guard's probably going to say that. You're the one who's paying him. He's not working for the state. So I would recommend having somebody come in that's not going to like be biased. But he's trying to, propose $50 million bail. And I think one of his houses, his Miami mansion, will be, that'll be the $50 million bail. I don't know. But it says here he has been denied, and that's true, denied bail twice. Now maybe this judge will be feeling good tomorrow because he's only got tomorrow. He don't have all week. This Thanksgiving week. The judges are out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if the judge doesn't come back tomorrow with something saying like, hey, we're going to accept your bail package, which I don't really see it happening like that. Like that lucky, like, oh, we're so lucky we got out right before they closed for the weekend because it's a holiday weekend, Oh, his mama's house too. But I guess he didn't have to put up his mama's. But I think he did. I think he did actually for the 50 mil. Yeah, his mama's. Him and his mama's. That's ridiculous, If that was my mom would have been like, you best just get another house. I don't know. You best just find out where the money is going to come from because she'd be like, you ain't taking my money or you ain't taking my house. Subumarian ordered Combs' legal team to submit letters by Monday at noon, laying out all the kinds of communications Combs could or should be permitted to engage in after prosecutors accused him of contacting potential witnesses and influencing the jury pool from behind bars. Remember, we talked about that last night. Combs' lawyers filed letters minutes before noon arguing that he should be evaluated based on the most demanding scrutiny that former President Donald Trump's case used. In citing the United States versus Trump presidential immunity case, Combs' lawyers noted that a court found only a significant and imminent threat to the administration of criminal justice supports restricting a defendant's speech. Since Combs is a criminal defendant who is presumed innocent, his lawyers argued he has a greater constitutional claim than other trial participants to criticize and speak out against the prosecution, according to the ruling in Trump's case. What do you guys think? Do you think he's going to get out on bail? Anybody think he'll get out on bail? Oh, yeah, he owns her house. Yeah, he definitely owns Mama's house. He probably never let her put it in her name. Or I mean, I don't know. His mama though, she's pretty feisty. So maybe she was like, you better let me put this in my name. Hey Donna. Hey note to self. Welcome in everybody. But I have a really honest alibi. Were you all driving around? Were you visiting Diddy in jail? Were you too busy visiting Diddy on the 3-way calls that he likes to make? Where are we at? His attorneys also argue that Combs' communications, including public statements and social media posts, are protected under the First Amendment. They specifically mentioned his kid's social media post wishing him a happy birthday on November 4th. His daughters look really young. I think they're like 17, 18 though. He looks just like his dad. Man, wow. They all do. I don't know who that is. The government arguments that asking his children to post birthday wishes on Instagram and that he is not entitled to public publicity express his opinion that this prosecution is radically motivated are quite simply an unconstitutional effort to silence him, his lawyers wrote. However, prosecutors wrote in their Monday letter to the judge that Combs' First Amendment argues are baseless and violate the court's order. That's his mama right there. Oh, man. They always have the sunglasses on. They always do. Always. Referring to his kid's birthday post, prosecutors wrote the defendant's intent could not be clearer. He expressly wanted to interfere with the jury pool in this case through a targeted public social media post that he caused his family members to make the post. Okay. Let's go see if old Diddy got any news yet. If there's anything on. Oh. We're going to go over her here in a minute. Actually, next, we'll show this picture. Leilani Simon just scared the shit out of me. I don't see anything. Not yet. I'm just curious, to see if they would let him out before. Okay. We're going to go back over Emma Baum's story here soon. We won't run well tonight. There's no new updates. It's really sad. The pregnant girl out of Gary, Indiana, that was dropped off at her boyfriend's house. And then he's now in jail for I think drugs or something, or, failure to appear. But I think the failure to appear was because of that. And she's just nowhere to be found. So I'm keeping my eye out. I'm looking every day. I'm looking every couple of minutes. I mean, not every couple of minutes, but I do check a couple times a day. So I'll keep my eyes and ears open. Okay, so I was reading this thing and I was like, what? I want to go over I want to do a full live over Leilani because her ex-boyfriend, Danny, speaks out, and he spoke out with, let me see what her name was. Doesn't say. Oh, Shay Schrader. We know that girl. But he spoke to her, and it's 35-40 minutes long, and it's really good. It's really interesting just to hear his point of view, his perspective on it. She is trying to request a new trial. Good luck. Go back to your cell. Actually, let's show you the picture of her first, because this is fun. She looks like a freaking unaliver. Doesn't she look different? And her mom is white. I know this is obvious, but is her dad Asian? Does someone know? Like, what is he? Because I noticed on her card, like, where they put your name and everything, and they put her ethnicity under Asian. And I would never put her under that. I wouldn't think to put her under that. Like, unless her dad's completely Vincent does, I think, Asian American or something. No, she has it pulled up, I think. They usually will cut it, but no, I think her hair's actually pulled up right here, which is surprising that she got a hair tie. I don't know how she got that, but must give them to you in prison. They probably do. They probably give them to you in prison. But yeah, her eyes gave it away for you. I was just curious. Good night, Walt. Hawaiian. That's what it is. It's something like isn't I think it's something like that. That's what I thought. It was something different. If I went and I showed Vincent a picture of Leilani Simon, he would say, "No way." I don't know, more maybe so here, but, like, maybe the lighting in the jail isn't the best, you know? It's not. And this is the day that she got sentenced. Um, but following her sentence to life in prison last Thursday, Leilani's defense team has filed an appeal in her case. Appeal already. On Sunday, they have filed it. Um They filed it saying that Simon's guilty verdict didn't have any evidence to support it and that it was contrary to the evidence presented in court. What do you mean? Her lying about going to get uh, Oragel and then Advil or something that she was going to get, and then no. She just went to the Zalea's trailer park that night. Just happened to throw something in the trash. That wasn't her. That wasn't her son. And then when they found him 6 weeks later, that wasn't her. She didn't do that. That wasn't her. That wasn't her. But she was found guilty on all 19 charges. So let's just remember that. The defendant, Leilani Simon, being dissatisfied with the verdict, bet you are, and judgment entered on October 25th, 2024, and sentence imposed on November 21st, 2024, in said case, and within 30 days from said trial and judgment, moves the court for a new trial upon the following grounds. You're not going to get it. The verdict is contrary to the evidence without evidence to support it. The verdict is decidingly and strongly against the weight of the evidence. See, these make sense, don't they? The verdict is contrary to law and the principles of justice and equality. What? The defendant urges that a hearing be held to inquire into this matter and for that this motion for new trial be granted. Leilani Simon further requests that he be allowed, I think he meant she, amend this motion after the transcript of the trial has been prepared and appellate counsel has had a reasonable time to review it. Defendant also prays that new appellate counsel will be appointed as he wishes to raise a claim in effective assistance of counsel. Means she. Who wrote this? They're going to have a new lawyer come in for the appeals process. These grounds for a new trial together with any amendments be inquired of by the court and that a new trial be granted. The trial counsel be discharged, a new appellate counsel be appointed for such further relief of the court deems just and proper. So that's that. She's trying to get out of jail. She's not going to get out of jail. You're not getting out. Your mom can't help you out of this one. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. You know? Standing up in court, looking around, looking at her. I mean, I did feel bad for Billy, and she did look a lot better. But I'm just like, man, nobody hand Quentin over to her. You know what? Look at this that I had on the next tab. That I had this all blown up for my eyeballs to see it. And of course, I didn't use that one. I used the other one. Okay, so we showed that. The other thing that I was just going to tell you guys about is that there's no update as of right now in the Elijah Vu case. Katrina Barr will be back in court on February 13th. It says Vang's next court appearance is November 6th, so that's passed. But let's see if we can find anything about him, because I couldn't find anything about him either. So maybe they can. I think they continued it. I think I actually had that up the other day. This is the 6th. So he's just been bound over for trial for charges. Let's see. So Barr's next court date, according to this, is December 20th. And his next court date was the 18th. Well, now what? We need we need another update. There we go. November 18th. He pleads not guilty. I feel like we went over that. Maybe we did. We did go over this, I think. What the hell's going on with this dude's hair again? What's up with his hair? Like, I mean, I don't know who. Wait, you going out? Hold on one second. Never mind. I don't think she wanted to. I think she was just kidding. I think she was just kidding around. Have a good night, Ladybug. Are you leaving? Yeah, do you have twins? Quentin and get his second. Yeah. It's so sad. Yeah, listeners pop in and say hello. I think that's all I really have for you guys. Do you guys have any questions for me? So, and I'm sorry I didn't do my live earlier this afternoon. I wanted to. Hey Austin, I had every intention on it, but my dental stuff took a little bit more time. They did some cosmetic stuff. They did all kinds of stuff. Oh, I didn't think you were. You usually stay till the end. That's why I was like, oh, you leaving? She's like, no, I'm not leaving. I didn't know. But they ended up like filling in my gap that I had in between my teeth. And so my teeth feel really funny today. It took Vincent a little while before he realized what they did, because I had like a little gap. It wasn't like huge, but it was enough to where like it kind of bothered me a little bit, but not really that much. Because I mean, I'm 39 at this point in my life. I was like, girl, you just never got braces. You just didn't get braces. And today I was lucky that the cosmetic guy was in there, like the cosmetic dentist, like for the teacher for the day. So he likes to do a lot of cosmetic work. And so I was in there forever. And I was just like, I'll just prop my feet up, take a nap, because, you guys could do whatever you need to. Just get it over with. But this really hurt going in. Yeah. Well, my whole mouth feels heavy. My crown that they put in is metal, but around the crown, like the whole crown, like itself, is like porcelain. So it's the color of my tooth. Like you don't see any of the silver. And I'm like, y'all doing some heavy duty stuff up in there. She's like, yeah, we ain't messing around. I was like, well. So like the crown itself is like, silver, and then it has like the porcelain around it. But when I was done today, I said, my mouth feels heavier. I said, is this weird? Is this supposed to how? And like, I don't know. And then I wrote them when I left, and I told them, thank you so much for making me feel like better, and stuff like that. Because I felt bad that like I didn't tell them when I was there, because I think I was still in shock. I know, Ashley. And then I thought about going live. Like I was going to go pick up Vincent early and then just sit there and go live. And then he was like already done. He would got off work at 4 today instead of 5, so that messed it up. So no, thank you for reminding me, note to self. I'm gonna do that this weekend. So I'm gonna tell my story sometime this weekend. It'll either be Friday night or Saturday night. One of the 2 nights, but I'll put I have a piece of hair or something on my face. Hey Frenchie, I'll make sure that I put it on the community tab. That way you guys know, and like, what's tomorrow? If you guys are awake on Friday, you think you'll be awake after Friday shopping? I could do it Friday or Saturday, but I want to do it because there's a lot I could go over. And it could just be like a relaxing kind of live. I think that what I was doing, I was putting too much pressure on myself to like get all the pictures and all of this stuff. And what I think I can do is just maybe, I don't know if I can do that. I might be able to just go under my chart and then just like get the pictures as we go. You know what I mean? Like, because there's a lot. And I do actually have on my TikTok here too. You're shopping in there? No shopping here. Oh, I love shopping. Sometimes. I don't know. My legs have been hurting me lately. Head out Sunday night for work until Christmas. Oh, wow. But you're off this weekend? That's awesome. Yeah, we have Thanksgiving this weekend. Yep, Thursday. I don't know what we're doing yet. I told Vincent we should probably go to my brother's, you know. We should probably go there because you never know. And he's like, okay, I don't know. He just said, I don't know. So we'll see what we're doing, but we'll probably go there, even though it gets a little crazy down there. And my dog chewed my pillow today when I was gone. Not my pumpkin pillow though, y'all. Thank goodness. It was the gray one that was back there. She came in here, took it off the chair, took it out to the living room, got herself comfortable, and went ham on it. The brown one. The gray one just carries things in her mouth. She doesn't chew things. Yeah, I'm talking about chew right. That's kind of how I feel. Like I want to go down there and I want to see my family and everything. I really do. I really miss my brother. I do. But I get nervous about my dogs, and my dogs, they're my family too, you know? We have a taco tank. You have a taco Thanksgiving? That's funny. I like turkey. My brother makes a good turkey though. It's juicy. It's not dry. It's a good turkey. And they do make a lot of food. Vincent will have a great time once he's there. I think he's just afraid that my nephew's going to make him run everywhere. And my nephew's like 12 now. He's not a little boy anymore. So, you know, because Vincent can't tell him no. Oh, true crime lullabies. That's exactly how it feels for us. Yeah. Even though we're only down technically 2 people. The 2 people we're down made up the whole Thanksgiving, you know? My dad was the football guy. My mom was the one cooking everything and serving everybody at the same time. I don't know how she did it. And, yeah. So, I should go down and see my brother because you never know what can happen. You know what I mean? You just don't. You never know. See, I'd rather go for Thanksgiving and not for Christmas. Personally. That's just me. Oh, thank you guys. Thanks for grabbing the likes up and everything for me. I appreciate that. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are amazing. Traditions change, yeah. Yeah. My mom used to always say, "Well, your brother will not be here like all the time, like forever." And I would be like, "What? What do you mean?" And she's like, "Well, one day he'll grow up and he'll have a wife and that'll be his new family, like, you know, like we're his family, but like that's his new family." And I'm just like, I was in my 20s and still didn't even comprehend that. And they were married at that point. I'm still like, what? Ashley, that's funny. I usually just bring some booze. I bring the drinks. I don't even drink. But I used to drink. So that's probably why I brought the booze. But I will be I'll be on Thanksgiving for at least a few minutes or like an hour or something. You know what I mean? Like we'll do like a Thanksgiving live. That way, nobody's alone. We would never want that. So, even if I go live at my brother's or something fun, that would be funny. That'd be funny. But yeah, we'll make sure. And we did do a mental health live a week or so ago. It didn't go that great. Like I only got like 200 some views on that video, but that's fine. We're going to still keep doing it. So now until Christmas, we're going to try doing like once a week or something. Just to kind of check in with everybody and see how everyone's doing. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it so much. I'm just exiting out of all this stuff that I don't need. But don't forget, Sebastian, 9 months today. That one's a big case. I'm sure everybody's talking about it. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, being alone sucks. Like, I wouldn't want my mom to be alone. Like, I just wouldn't. And I'm never alone. I got Vincent. I got the dogs. I got the cat. Oh my gosh, really quick before you guys leave, I got to tell you a funny story. This is the funniest story I've ever heard. I hope Vincent's mom's listening to this. I'll try to send the video. I have a little video. So let me think of this song. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to think of it. Hold on. If I can find the video, you can hardly hear it though. What's the video? Hold on. I gotta go to the video so I can listen to it because I gotta tell you guys the story because it's that funny. Okay. So the song Just the Two of Us, you know that song? If he can hear me right now, he's gonna kill me. If I don't come on tomorrow, come looking for me. So the song, just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Okay. So this song, I'm the other night on our live, I walk out to grab a drink and I'm listening and I'm like, just the two of us, where is this music coming from? Because it was like really low. And I look over, Vincent's sleeping on the couch, right? With the cat. And that song is playing. Just the two of us. And literally they're together every night. Hindsight. Literally, like they're together every night. They're like best buddies. And it's my cat of 16 years, but they're the best of friends. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So then I ran back in here. I tried to get my phone, ran back out there. But by the time I got back out there, the cat got up. I'm like, damn it, Rocky. You should have stayed there a little longer. You look so cute. Oh, but that would have been like, that would have been a card. Just the two of us. Like, he didn't even know the song. I don't even know where it came from. He doesn't listen to like music ever. Like, I never hear him listening to music. I just thought it was hilarious. I thought it was the cutest thing like that I've ever seen in my life because that cat just loves him. And that song's playing. And I'm like, he's sleeping. He had no idea. He's been working so hard. I think it's his looking at the computer all day is making his eyes hurt. Not to get him some blue glasses, but that sounds good, Mary Beth. By coming home early from college for Thanksgiving break, no words for how happy I am right now. Oh, serious? Oh, that's so precious. Oh, that's so precious. That makes me want to cry almost. I am very, very jealous of her and you. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh, and she came to see you. That's really sweet. That's really, really sweet. That's so sweet. I love that. Because in college you don't think that much of your parents. You do, but you don't. I feel like when you hit your 30s, that's when it hits you. That's when you're like, oh crap, your parents knew a lot more than you thought they did. But thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it so much. I'll be back on, like I said, tomorrow, probably during the afternoon sometime. I might be on the other channel. But either way, you'll see me pop up. I'll put a something on the community tab for you guys. So that'll let you know. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.